Hello and welcome to another video from Ward Antiques. I'm Paul, hope you're keeping well. Today I wanted to take a look at cleaning of silver plate items. Anyone who's been watching my channel, I tend to do more porcelain, but following the recent lockdown and things being harder to buy, I'm diversifying a little bit. So I do see a lot of silver plate out there when I'm looking at buying other antique and vintage items. Tend to ignore it purely because I don't think it particularly makes a lot of money, and the vast majority of the time it looks absolutely awful. So what I wanted to do today is take a look at a few of the, one in particular option of cleaning. If anyone is interested, please do let me know and I'll start looking at some of the other creams and polishes that we can do and do separate videos on those. I spent a bit of time looking on YouTube and I've seen some baking soda, bicarbonate of soda, and some soda crystals in boiling water. Mixed response on the videos. Some seem to work brilliantly, others don't seem to work at all. So I thought, what better way than to give it a go ourselves? So I've got two pieces of really rough silver plate items, which I'll show you now. So I've got this Mappin and Webb silver plated lidded jug. As you can see, it has definitely seen better days. I will put some photos of before and after at the end of this video as well, so we can see the difference. So there is that one. And the second piece, so we can try both the baking or bicarbonate of soda and the soda crystals on, is this Walker and Hall teapot. Not convinced there's much silver plate left on either of these, so let's see what responses we get. Okay, so what we need for this is the soda crystals for one of them, bacon or bicarbonate of soda for the other, soft sponge. Apparently we don't use the scourer because that will scratch it, but we'll see what happens. We've got a bucket to put it in and some boiling water. The other thing as well is just some tin foil, which goes on the bottom. So we put the tin foil in the bucket, bicarbonate soda or baking crystals, or soda crystals rather, and in the hot water. We then leave the item to leave in for 5 minutes to soak, and we'll see what response we get, or what reaction we get, should I say. So I've set up the bucket. I've put quite a lot of tin foil in. Don't know how much you're supposed to put in, but most people only seem to put a layer in the bottom, but let's fill it in. This one, we're going to use the baking soda or bicarbonate of soda. So again, I'll put in quite a lot of this. Let's go for about half of that pack. Now, with the hot water, this should get quite a fizzing reaction, and we're going to put the lidded jug into this one to see what this one does. So boiling water and hopefully it won't overflow. Which it won't. So let's get the jug in, and we'll then leave that for 5 minutes and see what response we get. So see you in a moment. So going back to it slightly quicker than I thought I would. Obviously the one kettle hasn't filled it, hasn't covered the jug, so I'm going to top it up again. So I'm going to put the rest of the baking soda in. So it's going to eventually have a whole packet in there and be covered with the boiling water. However, after about 30 seconds, it has lifted quite a lot of the grime. So it'll be interesting to see what the final look is on it. So we'll now leave it for the full 5 minutes once it's covered, and we'll see you when it's all done. Okay, so that's now been 5 minutes and it's turned the water quite a nice murky colour. Bear in mind, if you're going to do this at home, that is boiling hot water, that is metal, so if you touch it, it's going to be quite warm. So I'm just going to quickly use a sort of a ladle to pull this out. But as you can see, the transformation is quite remarkable. I've left this in there just over 5 minutes. So what I'm going to do now is run this under a cold tap to cool it off whilst we do the teapot in the soda crystals. So the bicarbonate of soda or baking soda seems to have worked quite well. I'm going to wash that one properly now and see what the reaction was. For the teapot, I'm going to use the same amount of soda crystals. So I'll put them in the bicarbonate of soda thing in the name of science, so we know exactly where we're at. And to give you an idea, hopefully that comes out on the camera quite clearly. So you can see the inside of the teapot, which is obviously a lot better than the outside. So let's we'll do the same thing again. So I'm going to put new tin foil in, same amount of obviously the product, as we'll call it, and we'll see how we go. So fresh tin foil in. We're going to be a little bit braver this time and put all the soda crystals in to start with, and the hot water. So this is boiling water from the kettle, which is apparently the right way to do it. And then we'll get the teapot in and add another kettle as well. Yeah, so that's definitely going to need another kettle, so we'll be back when this is covered. So whilst the teapot's fizzing away, I thought I'd show this before it's been washed. So that has lifted off all of that dirt, really. So obviously it still looks very matte, so certainly not shiny. So I'm going to give it a wash now, and we'll see what it comes out like then. So they both had 5-10 minutes in the solutions, and the results have been absolutely fantastic. I was quite sceptical, but to be honest with you, really impressed. So the little jug, which was in the bicarbonate or baking soda, has got rid of pretty much. That was horrible underneath. Obviously there's a little bit there which we need to polish out, but that has pretty much removed every tarnish from it. It's not particularly shiny, so what I'll do in another video, I will get some silver polish and we'll polish both of these so we can see the final outcome and how well we can restore them. The teapot, which was in the soda crystals, hasn't actually got quite as much off. It is shinier, to be fair, so it'll be interesting to see when the other one's polished whether or not the shine can come back. But as you can see, it hasn't quite got as much off. So I think for this experiment, the bicarbonate of soda or the baking soda certainly seems to be working better. The soda crystals are ridiculously cheap, so they're probably about 1/10 of the cost of the baking soda. So just perhaps if we'd left the teapot in there for longer, it would have worked slightly better. But what I'll do in another video, we'll polish them both with some various types of silver polish so we can see the actual final outcome. I'll add some photos of the before and after at the end of this, but I think this is showing, certainly to me, because I wasn't entirely convinced it was going to work, that silver plate's definitely worth having a look at. The reason I've got these two is actually part of a job lot with a really nice tray, which is very heavily tarnished, but now I know that we can bring it back quite simply. That's definitely something for me to do this afternoon. So I hope you enjoyed the video, I hope you found some value in it. Take a look at the photos just to see the difference between the two, and we'll see you in the next video. Thanks for your time.